I know, gnarly. What? There's nothing there. Are you sure they didn't do me in the eyes as well? Hang on, come outside. I was bitten by a gnat yesterday, or mosquito. And I know, it was good, isn't it? I normally blow up like a fucking balloon. Let's have a proper look outside. I can still feel it, but it's gone down. The swelling's gone down completely. I see. I want you to see it though. There's nothing to see. Where do I feel it? Inside. It's just a tiny little bump. It looks like a flea bite now. I can see it actually. It's there. Look, can you see? There, that's it. It's gone right down. I was thinking last night about getting some Mozzi repellent, actually getting some proper stuff, because you know what, that's the first one that I've had in the garden and bit me. It's like, do you know, fuck that shit, mate. A good one though. Did I make a good one, or do I just have deep trust in neem oil? She's got deep trust, she's got deep faith in that neem oil, mate. Deep trust, deep faith. I have. I'll show you in a minute how I cleaned it. I didn't wash the carbolic soap off. You just rub it on, and then just pour apple cider vinegar over the top and rinse it. I dabbed around the outside, but leave the circle in the middle, the swollen bit. Otherwise, I'd soak all up my arms, and it could be quite dry. And then rubbed neem oil over the whole thing, or dabbed it, I suppose, would be the thing. And then I suppose got 3 sorts, or shall we say antiseptic on it, or anti-something. And then I had a glass of tonic water, and now I'm having another glass of tonic water just in case, just to fight off. I don't know what the milk and malt does, but when was it? Was it dysentery or whatever everyone had in the old, like when they had the plague and everything, and all they could drink was beer because that took the muck out of the water. But I'm sure it's something to do with the malt and the sugar in it, rather than the actual. Well, there may be something in the process of making mead. Was it mead? What was it they all drank anyway? I've forgotten. I can't remember. Do you know, it was a long time. Oh, crap down the alley, I've got to pick it up. Malt barley, my tooth though. It's like half falling out. It cracked, and then I've got no nerves in it. God knows I've got no nerves at all. I think they will shoot out in other places. Have another look. I know. It is now literally just a gnat bite. I'm so proud of myself. How did I think to do that? Well, I just bought carbolic soap the other day. I thought, well, that's going to be the first thing I do with it. And then I just pour some vinegar over the top of it and just see if it feels nice. And then I put some neem oil on, because it's just some common sense thing to do. What have I come in for? Do you know what? I started underneath dog poop bags, because what I've been doing is picking it up and flushing it down the toilet with tissue. I can just do that with this bag, can I? And save a bag. I'm just going to put it in the bin. I'll make a change in it. You'd rather put it down the toilet. Saves the rest off. And it saves like one more bit of plastic if I use this at least twice. Is that why I covered the... I was talking about that the other day, because they were trying to tell stopped coming in the house. I'm not sure, 100% sure. I neemed everything, didn't I? Deep neemed the house. Had a spring neem. How to do that? Well, I just put a bit in the washer, because I've got wooden floors. So I just put a bit in the mop bucket and washed all the floors. So I suppose it seeps into the wood to a point. That's it really. And I did put a bit around the window of my bedroom, like with a paintbrush, because I was thinking I might stop them spiders crawling in, but I don't know if it really works. But also with the gnats, it might partly put the gnats off. Not 100% put them off, but a bit. And just keep the door shut and the windows when it's... I just want to work out. Oh, it's not dark, it's bonus. I'm really ready to be. White roses out. Look, that's nice, isn't it? That's one. That's the first. My Mother's Day rose from yesterday. It's not Mother's Day anyway. It's American Mother's Day, not English Mother's Day. Isn't it? I don't even know. I'm sure Mother's Day was because it's at the same time as my birthday. The pink one's coming out as well. That must be for Sister's Day. That's for Sister's Day. Who's your new sister? Well, that's my sister. That's my other sister. And that's my other sister. That's all my new sisters I forgot to tell you about. They're the ones who do plants like I do as well. That's definitely my sister. What am I doing? Have another cup of tonic. Deep faith in that name. My eyes though. That was a joke, by the way, listing in the eyes because they look so puffy. We used to go camping a lot. I'll tell you what. When I first came to Norwich I was living with my ex in this house. I think it was about that time. We went one night to camp down at freaking Trouse, which is the river, which in theory was nice. It was summer. But do you know what? Oh my god, we got bitten to shit, mate. Oh. And it ended up being not the romantic evening we planned, but it was funny to look back on. It's probably all the ghosts in the lake that come out biting people, or wherever in the woods, in the Wender Woods. There was a lot of it's definitely haunted down there. Do you remember I said? Because I was walking around there once and I could see this. There's supposed to be a stone circle or wooden circle because there's a plaque around the side of it. But you can't see it. I think it was the site of it. But when I was walking around there, I think it was last time I was there, it must have been a mirage because I could see it up on this hill. So I thought, I'll walk up and see it. There's nothing there at all. And I walked for miles, well, not miles, probably maybe a mile and a half up this track looking for it. I could definitely see it from the campsite actually. I think. What? It's not there. So it's very sacred ground. Salty. That was quite interesting actually reading that because in maritime, what's it called? Flags. That's an M, and it means I'm stuck or something. Come and help me. Pretty funny. But it was saying on Wiki that it represents. You know all this. You're Scottish. It represents like a gate, bar gate. The Saltaire. Is that what it's? I forgot what it's called already. It's French. That's why I put it up on that French mansion thing because it's. Is it a French word? Saltaire. I think it's French. That's why I did it anyway. That's why I bought this when I went to Scotland. I bought everyone coasters. It was just funny. I wanted the coast, mate. Not everyone, just my 3 sons. What's the other one? Harry Potter Bridge, I'll show you. And I got my other son a man in a kilt showing his bum. But these 2 I just ended up keeping, so that was pretty fun. That was ages ago in Scotland last time. and my mum had me arrested. So do you know what? It was a bit of a wasted. Well, it wasn't a wasted trip. It was pretty exciting actually. It was pretty. Do you know what? It was an adventure holiday. It was my normal sort. So I spent a night in Inverness. Sales. I was shouting at her. Yeah, I know. But do you know what? That's a long story. Long story. She had me arrested for shouting at her. Anyway, do you know what? I can't bother to talk about that anymore. Right this minute, I'm going to have some more tonic and show you how to wash your hands. Did they cuff me? Yeah, they did. They cuffed me like that. In stiff cups. Stiff cup. What are they called? Stirrups. I can't remember. But it was in front of me. I don't know if that's because when I was arrested in the animal sanctuary and they left me cuffed in the back of a police car, wouldn't open the window. I nearly put the window through, but I imagine I'm not the only person to do that. But it was interesting to think, oh, they cuff differently here. It's a lot more difficult to move your arms. So that was a lesson, wasn't it? It was part of the adventure. I know. I could see the window of the panda going. It wasn't actually a panda though. And that was bad. I'm pretty glad. What did she do? She just dragged me out by the scuff of the neck, and I know she pushed me in the back of the riot van, and they just turned up. A van. It wasn't a riot van. It was just a van. A wagon. Put me in the wagon, and then do you know what? That's the end of the story. I was just taken. I don't normally do that sort of thing. What am I doing? I'm showing you how to wash your hands anyway. Cardboard. Should I do it with water? I'll do it with water this time. I'm doing it with cold water. I just feel like doing it with cold water. I want it to. That red boy one I got the other day. Just on a whim. I love it. Wet soap. Wet wear. Just do it until I don't know, rinse it off this time. And then put more on. I didn't rinse it yesterday. I probably don't need to do anything. I don't want to do it anyway. Don't overdo it. I won't overdo it. I won't completely over egg the pudding. Now I'm going to just. I started thinking about Fight Club yesterday. It was a beautiful moment in my life. It wasn't quite the same as that. Pouring acid over it, that's vinegar. I've lost a towel. I should probably use a clean one since it's a medical job. So I'll just use the cleanest one there is, which is this one. I'm going around the bite. That's how I feel like doing it. Giving it a good wide space. You don't want to rub the poison into anything else, do you? That's the bag on the floor, plastic on the floor. Oh, is it called bagging it? Putting a bag around it, basically. This apple cider vinegar with a dead mother in it. And it does a good shake, leaving it in the sun just in case. Well, it's deader than some mothers anyway. I bought one before years ago and it had a big sort of cloud rolling around at the bottom. That mother was a big mother. That was a deep. It's perfectly good though. Perfectly good for this. So about half a cup of that I've put in. Leave it like that. Just pour it over. Oh, it's got in the hole. It stings me. It's doing the job. I didn't sting that much yesterday. I must have been the feelings coming back. I did the same thing with that. How long after the first bite did I do that? Probably, I was sitting in the garden trying to do weeds. I saw the little git on my hand, smashed it. I thought, you know what? I'm going to clean that straight away. It did bleed, a tiny bleeded out, which is probably good, isn't it? Is it good or bad? I know with ticks, if they spit back, then it's like, you know what, you fucked me. But, and then I just came and did it. So maybe a minute, maybe. I already had some neem out on this silver spoon because I put some in. What did I put it in? Something else I was doing yesterday. When I was doing clean the plants, actually, I thought, well, I'll keep this back because I put too much in the bowl. I was going to do something else later on. I just left it in the spoon because it had come out of the bowl. So I've just been putting a bit on my finger like that. And just going around the top like that. Rub it in a bit. Cover your hands. Don't forget to cover your hands. I should do this one as well, actually. Use a neem hand thing. And you know what? I put this in the Horlicks the other day as well, a tiny bit. I'm calling it Horlicks. It tastes a bit like furniture polish, but you can take it because you can use it for pulling your teeth, don't you? What's pulling your teeth with neem? You just put your finger like above them, I think. It's called. They're pulling it. I'm sure that's what it is, isn't it? So there. Tastes really nice. But I think it's a wormer and all sorts, so it's nice, isn't it? I think that's it. Is that everything? That's just that for now anyway. I want you to see how big it was before. It wasn't that big. I didn't have a chance to get fully in. Right, I'll see you later. It was about that big though, the swelling. See you later.